So today I have in a watch from a company out of Indiana. The owner and designer of the watch drew on his German ancestry to get inspiration for their first release, the Münchner Small Seconds. The company name is Fledderman Von Rieste, and after speaking with the owner, Adam, I could clearly see he was very passionate about this watch and watches in general. So, big thanks to him for lending this in for a few days. But let's get straight to it and take a look at the watch. So, at the moment, the watch is in the prototype phase. It's for the most part going to stay the same as what I have here, but with some small tweaks to improve functionality, particularly one area that we will get to soon. The watch is specifically inspired by the capital of Germany, Munich, and is going to be available in at least three color options. Overall, a clean design that falls into that do it all everyday type watch. It is on the larger side, so depending on your wrist size and preference, it might be a bit big for some, but for my 7.25 inch wrist, it wears quite nicely. The dial, even though there is a fair amount of text and the applied logo on the upper portion, is still well laid out. There's quite a bit of real estate on the dial, so it doesn't feel crowded, and it kind of balances out the dial with the small seconds subdial. We've got a little dash of color with the red second hand, and I like that they matched the color of the silver surround of that subdial with the markers at the 3, 9, and 12. They've also done that same match with the outline of the numerals. The stick hands are definitely the right choice for the watch. It's a bit of a nitpick for me and just a personal preference, but if they were just a millimeter or two longer, so the minute touched the minute track and the hour hand to the edge of the numerals, it might have been better, but they're not far off as is, and it's still easy to get the time at a quick glance. As far as loom goes, the hands do have some loom, no loom on the markers. Loomed markers would be nice, but at the same time, this isn't the type of watch where I really expected much when it comes to loom, so not a huge deal there. The case is completely polished, although they've added some details with these parallel lines on either side of the case. These are meant to represent, and get ready for a terrible pronunciation, but they're meant to represent the twin spires of the Frauenkirche, which is a landmark in Munich and is a key part of the city's skyline. Under the hood of the watch is the Sellita SW260, which is a 31 joule movement beating at 28,800 vibrations per hour with a power reserve of approximately 38 hours. One thing I noticed straight away with the watch was winding the movement and setting the time was a little tough. The crown is a touch small. It's a combination of the crown size and the crown guards, but it's tricky to use. Thankfully, before I even mentioned it to the owner, he let me know that that was going to be addressed on the production models with a larger crown. One other change to the watch is going to be the strap. Sounds like the deployant clasp will stay the same, which is a pretty good deployant clasp signed with the logo there. The leather itself is getting an upgrade though. This strap actually isn't too bad at all, and it looks good on the watch, but it's going to be an Italian leather strap on the production models. Size-wise, this comes in at a case width of 44 millimeters. Lug to lug is a little long at 51.8 millimeters. Lug opening is 22 millimeters, and the thickness is 10.9 millimeters. So a larger sized watch, but fairly slender considering. Water resist on the watch is 100 meters, and the crystal is sapphire treated with an anti-reflective coating. And here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist. And for my wrist size, it wears really well. With the longer, almost 52 millimeter lug to lug, it might not work for everyone, but I've been really enjoying it for the few days I've had it. Now, these are coming out by way of a Kickstarter campaign that's planned for May 1st. I'm filming this a few weeks ahead of the campaign, but pricing is going to be starting at 550 USD and will go up incrementally from there. Links to the Kickstarter campaign or where you can go to sign up for notifications will be in the description below. So that is it. Any questions on the watch, feel free to reach out in the comments. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.